Greetings, everyone. It's Aaron Christensen, the Porter 101 with Dr. AC, and welcome back to Scarathon 2024, benefiting the Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite Italian horror films, City of the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Hell, from 1981, released on 4K UHD Blu-ray from Cauldron Releasing. Came out last year, but I'm going to talk about it now. I have a pretty extensive and personal history with this film. I first encountered it back in high school during a marathon VHS viewing, and the power of that initial viewing has not ebbed one iota over the years. Suffice to say, I had never seen anything like Gates of Hell before. The way I like to express it is it's like this exotic dish that's so foreign to your taste buds, you're not sure if you like it or not. You just know you've never had anything like it. It reminds you of other meals you've had, but it infuses spices and combinations that make it truly unique as an experience. The basic plot is that we've got a priest, Father Thomas, who wanders around a graveyard at the beginning. He looks pretty bummed out, and he decides to shuffle himself off this mortal coil by using a rope. And his act of self-slaughter opens one of the fabled gates of hell. And it also sends a New York psychic, Mary, played by Catriona McCall, into a cataleptic stupor, and then she gets buried alive. Luckily not embalmed, because there may be evidence that she's Jewish, but luckily she's saved by an erstwhile journalist, Peter, who's played by stalwart Christopher George, and the two head off to find Dunwich to see if they can close the gate of hell in time. Now, while that synopsis may give you an idea of what to expect, there's no way you can be prepared for what the gates of hell has in store for you. Fulci was coming off the success of Zombie, and he and his co-writer, Dardano Sarcetti, set out to deliver an experience of pure cinema, eschewing any narrative logic, character development, or any semblance of conventional horror storytelling. And instead, we get a parade of Lovecraft-inspired insanity and some really, truly incredible gore moments. Some of those include bleeding eyes, people vomiting up their entrails, somebody who has a drill put through their head, and that's not even taking into account the maggot storms and worm-filled mud pies shoved in people's faces. Now, I had the good fortune to discuss this film at length for a presentation with Webster University. I'm including a link to that video in the description of this one. So what I'd like to do is talk more about the extras that are available on this disc, because it is an incredible package. We have 3 discs, a Blu-ray, a UHD Blu-ray, a disc filled with extras. And the limited edition CD apparently had a CD as well, but I don't have that one. What we do have are 4, count them, 4 commentary tracks, one with author and film historian Sam Daheen. It's the newest commentary track. The others are archival from previous releases, but this is a brand new one. And I haven't had a chance to listen to it personally because, well, there's 4 commentary tracks. I'm looking forward to checking out what she has to say. I ended up listening to the track with Nathaniel Thompson of Mondo Digital and Troy Howarth, author of Splintered Visions, the films of Lucio Fulci, because those two are a couple of my favorite writers and audio commentarians. The remaining 2 archival tracks include one with Jay Slater talking with Catriona McCall. That was from the 2003 DVD release. And then Calum Waddell talks with Giovanni Labardo Radici, aka John Morgan, for the 2010 Blue Underground release. If you look back over the various releases of this film, there are so many wonderful extras between the Arrow release, between the Blue Underground release, between the Scorpion release, and this new Cauldron release. I'm not that familiar with Cauldron in terms of their output. I think they're relatively new, but they've really done an amazing job. Let me just rattle off some of these other featurettes. The first one, Zombie Kings, is a 45-minute interview with our production designer, Massimo Antonello Geleng. And he worked with people like Fulci, Dario Argento, Ruggero Deodato on Cannibal Holocaust, Sergio Martino, Umberto Lenzi, Luigi Cozzi, Michele Soave. There's a 28-minute interview called Requiem for Bob, which is his character in the movie, with Giovanni Labardo Radici. And we have the meat-munching movies of Gino De Rossi, legendary special effects artist. 26 minutes on that one. He takes Calum Waddell and Nick Frame, translator, through his workshop and show off the hooks from Cannibal Ferox, the drill from City of the Living Dead. There's a Q&A with Valentino Venantini and Ruggero Deodato Venantini is the guy who drills John Morgan through the head with the drill. Catriona MacCall and Kayla Modell are on stage for a Q&A at the Glasgow Theatre. That's a 20-minute Q&A with her. Fabio Frizzi shows up for a 30-minute interview called Flesh Feast. Catriona MacCall offers a 5-minute archival intro where she expresses her bemusement at the film's longevity. There's a 5-minute tour through Bonaventure Cemetery, which is located in Savannah, Georgia. That's where the scenes were shot. It's just kind of a walk through the cemetery, but it still has some atmospheric touches. And then there are 45 minutes of excerpts from the Lucio Fulci documentary Para. Needless to say, if you're a fan of City of the Living Dead, as I am, you'll be wanting to pick up this new release from Cauldron. Again, there may be some double dips in terms of extras that you have on other releases, but there's enough new material that I think you'll want to add it to your collection anyway. So that is City of the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Hell, and this is Scarathon 2024, benefiting the Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project. If you'd like to know more about the fundraiser, go to this video right up here, and it'll give you all the information. Hope you're having a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow.